The leader of opposition, Honorable Joel Senyonyi, has called on government to clarify on the biometric voter verification kits meant to be used during the elections. He questioned how the Electoral Commission plans to operate the machines in areas facing internet outages, unreliable electricity, and other infrastructural limitations.
It's important that they get addressed. It's good that the Electoral Commission is making time to come and interact with legislators as part of the stakeholders. But beyond that, I think there are questions which need to be answered. At the time we're having an engagement with the Attorney General, and some answers have not yet come through. Regarding the legalese, are we saying these biometric voter verification kits are going to be used mandatorily? And what that means, as I've heard one of the presidential candidates say, where the kit does not work, voting shall not take place at that polling station. The concern about that is, so what happens in areas where there will be network issues, where there will be failures of these kits to operate, electricity and so on and so forth? We have had that challenge, so let's be alive to that reality.
He further challenged the Commission to outline practical contingency measures in case the voter verification kits fail due to challenges.
We're going to have a crisis. And that affects, by the way, both sides of the aisle. Even in your constituency, you'll find many of the places where you probably think you have majority support or whatever the case might be. So the machine fails. Voting doesn't happen. And then what? So I think it's important that government gives us clarity. Are we saying these biometric voter verification kits, yes, will be used? Where it fails, as was the case the other time, are we referring to the voters' register?
Despite a critical demonstration by the Electoral Commission earlier this month of the system, the biometric voter verification system still continues to face criticism from different stakeholders, as questions regarding the timing arise, among others.
I mean, something you're introducing 4 weeks to elections cannot be a system that you intentionally want to serve Ugandans. I think we are lying and we're being dishonest. Systems that are slowly showing us that they are willing to be as untransparent and untrustworthy to Ugandans as this, that you're introducing a new system of voting. 4 weeks too. We've given the Electoral Commission 5 years to plan for this election. They've known they're going to have this election in 2026. How are you telling us that a few weeks to us choosing the next MPs, the next members of parliament, and the next president, that you're introducing a new way of voting for Ugandans to understand? When are you going to do that education for all Ugandans?
The processes have come under scrutiny, raising questions about whether the system will truly deliver a free and fair election in 2026.
The recent times when the Electoral Commission put up, I think it was a voters registry alone, even then, I don't think they achieved all the people who are supposed to go and properly vet through to see where they're supposed to vote from and etc. And they give us some time. So are you going to tell me you're going to do all these processes in 4 weeks and tell us we're going to have a fair and free election?
With the new system being introduced 4 weeks into the election, serious questions are being raised about the integrity of the processes and whether the system can guarantee a free and fair election in 2026.